Now, I can't imagine that you clicked on this video with like no context of who these people are, but if you need a brief summary, Destiny is a popular left-wing streamer on YouTube, with streamers like Vosh and Hassan coming from his community. While on the outside, Destiny might seem like a very vindictive and petty asshole.
If you think any different, you're wrong. Kill yourself. In a video game, no, I'm on kick. Actually kill yourself. Yes, kill yourself.
But the people on the inside know who he really is. We know that Destiny is fucking crazy. He has a knack for gathering the most deranged companions to stream with, even against his community's outcry. Enter Lavlune, Mr. Girl. Now, outside of TikTok and micro niche communities, Lav doesn't really have much of a reputation on the internet, but Mr. Girl did. Mr. Girl was known as the Cuties guy. The guy who said the kids in the movie Cuties got his bloodstone, got him rock hard, man. He had to take a break. And to a lesser extent, he's also known as the guy who told a rape victim that her boundaries to stop herself from getting raped again were, games and annoying, and he hates having to deal with that shit. So, he got some baggage on the internet. But despite that, him and Lav were welcomed into the Destiny orbit. They streamed, they laughed, they made content, they argued with each other. They went back and forth until eventually, Mr. Girl was banned from Destiny's subreddit, which he considered an abuse of power. Mr. Girl felt like Destiny could make out whatever lies or misinformation he wanted about you, but then if you tried to go into a subreddit to defend yourself, you would get banned, essentially meaning that Destiny could dogpile you and ruin your reputation, but if you try to say anything back, then you'll be cut off from him forever. Now, being banned from the subreddit is what initially jump-started the idea for the article. An article to outline how Destiny sexually abuses the woman that he has on stream, and how Destiny uses his platform to essentially just destroy anyone he doesn't like. Now, once Mr. Girl announced the article, that was pretty much the end for the relationship between him and Destiny, but Lav did stick around for a little bit longer. She also had her accusation against Destiny that he abused her, and then she kind of walked it back, and then she kind of brought it back, and she was like, it wasn't like the abuse with the big A, it was like little A abuse, until she finally settled down with Team Mr. Girl to take down the blue-haired tyrant. And after waiting months for the Destiny Manifesto, it finally dropped, and I'm going to be completely honest, don't nobody have time to read all of this. I tried, viewers, I really tried. I watched Chud Logic read through this article for like 4 hours, and like by the 4-hour mark, he wasn't even halfway through. For reading this for like 4 hours, this man, it was like a fourth of the way, a fifth, a sixth. It just never ends. Like, fuck that. I'm not fucking reading this shit. So, despite that, I'm going to talk about the article. I feel like I've watched enough Destiny and Mr. Girl and all the other people in the community to sort of like have an idea what's in the article. So just trust me that I know what I'm talking about, okay? I have a good idea of what is possibly in the article. But what I do know is in the article, I've seen a few stories that are for the most part public knowledge that people do know about Destiny, they've been paying attention, and a lot of them stemming from like years ago, some like 12 years ago. Like you have a story about Destiny groping a woman on stream while drunk, Destiny threatening to murder kids, blackmailing the mother of his son, I think that's the mother, blackmailing her into submission, labeling her a crazy stalker, hopping on stream to trash some woman who didn't want to fuck him, taking news from women in exchange for stream time, and laughing at people's suicides. This man is a menace. Destiny, more like Rapestiny, he probably has hookers buried in his walls, and it took the Cuties guys to finally take him down. But did any of this actually hurt Destiny? See, the article, in my opinion, which is always correct, see the manner, the right opinion. See, the article has two glaring issues. The first issue, that is fucking long as hell. I mean, way too long. I think it would literally take you like 10 hours to finish this whole thing. But it's not just long, it's also dense and like all over the place. The initial reason for the article is to out Destiny as a man who has sex with fans and streamer friends and then brings them on stream to dogpile them because that's what he gets off to, I guess. He smashes the girl, brings them on, makes them look like shit, and then kicks them to the curb. That was like the original premise for the article. Now, Mr. Girl did end up dropping that angle about sexual abuse to focus more on how Destiny uses his rabid fan base to destroy anyone he doesn't like. And there may be an argument for that happening here, but why is it relevant if Destiny groped a woman on stream to, like, how is that related to Destiny weaponizing his fan base to, like, destroy people? Or like if Destiny like laughed at someone's suicide, how are those things like related to like what I assume to be like the main point of the article? Like, I'm not saying that these are good things that Destiny did, but like they just don't come together to like support a like singular theme. It's just the article is just too dense with like so much like random shit that it doesn't have a coherent message besides Destiny sucks, which I guess if that was the point, then congrats. But it seemed like the article was supposed to out Destiny as an abuser. I don't think joking about suicide makes you an abuser. But the second problem with the article are the people who wrote it. Mr. Girl, as I previously said, is the cuties man, the guy turned on by 11-year-olds, the guy who told a rape victim that she couldn't handle a conversation about why she's being a bitch about her own sexual boundaries, a man who's admitted to abusing his own girlfriend and potentially raping a woman. You know, the woman said no, but you know, she gave him the look. You know, he could see there in her eyes that she just lusted so deeply for him, and he went for it. The whole reason he made this article was because Destiny banned him from his subreddit, and he felt like he couldn't defend himself from the stuff that Destiny was saying. But within like 3 months, Mr. Girl had posted like over 700 times in Destiny's subreddit, calling Destiny's audience like fucking retarded and turning them against him and stuff. Like 700 messages. Like, how is that even possible? Like, what do you expect someone to do? Posting almost like 1,000 times in their subreddit, calling his audience stupid. Like, I was genuinely like making bets on like when Mr. Girl was going to like kidnap and like skin Destiny alive. And then you have Lav. I said Lav didn't have much of a reputation, but that was actually wrong. I lied to you viewers for suspense, okay? Lav was known by one streamer before she met Destiny, and it was Hassan. See, Lav was hitting on Hassan, and after being turned down by him, she then went on to lie about Hassan having sex with a minor who she was friends with. This never happened, of course, but that wasn't the only thing that she did. She was outed as sending underage pictures of herself in Discord for men to critique. She was making jokes about how she couldn't be like trusted around like children at a playground or some shit like that. She was stalking, harassing her like old friends from like high school. And then she was also openly lying about people and having to backtrack the next day.
That's like a big thing for me, is I need to make men obsessed with me. I need to have that power over them. No matter how many men I make obsessed with me, the hole will not fucking fill.
She even claimed that a man raped her by making her eat his ass from the back. Let me draw this for you, okay? All right, we're gonna open up paint. I'm gonna illustrate to you, viewer, how this all fucking went down according to Lav. Okay, let's bring this out. We're not even gonna open Photoshop. So according to Lav, right, this man right here, this is he was on all fours, okay? All fours. Ass cheeks spread open, ready for her, okay? And Lav didn't really want to do this, right? But his arms are so long that he was reaching all the way behind him to push her face into his ass so that she could eat him out. Okay? And this is how this man, from in front of her, with his ass cheeks spread, okay, reached around and then sexually abused her.
Sometimes I be talking and a lie just and I'm like, girl, did you really just, we didn't mean that?
By making her eat his ass. And like, there is so much more I could talk about, but I'm trying to keep this video like relatively short, okay? It's like Bonnie and Clyde coming together to destroy someone else's reputation. Like their entire internet history, most of which is fairly recent. Like some of the stuff that Mr. Girl talks about Destiny happened like 12 years ago. But like their stuff is like, what, like a year ago? 4 months? It taints the entire article. You are reading this article or discussing the article with the knowledge that it was made by people who you have no idea how they've lived this long. But if these people were just fucking insane, then maybe we could still discuss the claims made against Destiny. The issue is, not only are these people fucking lobotomized, they're also liars. Lav says Destiny community pushed her to commit suicide, and then, you know, all of a sudden a day later she's like, oh, he was actually my benzo withdrawal, you know, I'm getting over my drugs. You know, she accuses Destiny of abusing her, and then when asked, you know, how did I abuse you? What did I do? What did I do wrong? She can't give a single example. In fact, she doesn't even know. She says Destiny did nothing to help her while she was like depressed from all the hate she was getting online, but didn't bother to mention that Destiny did check on her and reach out to like, hey, are you okay? Are you taking all this fine? Like anything that I can do to help? And she told told him he was fine and then went on to Twitter to gloat at these people to say that the hate makes me stronger. I will be the supervillain that you need, okay? She accused Destiny of trying to blackmail her, and the blackmail in question was Destiny telling her not to release these stupid statements about Hassan having sex with a minor because he knew it would destroy her, and he told her not to do it, and she said that was blackmail. Hell, she was talking to literal Nazis on Discord about her private sex life with Destiny and leaking all the messages for people to see. And that's just Lav. Lav is literally 60% of the article, mentioned over 900 times, and I can't trust a single fucking thing that she says. I spent 4 hours going through that article, and I haven't even gotten to the Lav section, but whatever she says, I do not trust her. And that's Lav. Ignoring Mr. Girl's awful past, ignoring whether or not his perspective is even grounded in reality, Mr. Girl also just lies, or at the very least, being charitable, is just wrong about a lot of the stuff he says. Like, he was literally telling people that he had 10, 15, 20 other women that were ready to come out against Destiny, and he was wondering if that, you would like to join them. But he didn't have like 15, 20 other women. He had like 2, maybe 3. In fact, one of the alleged victims that he claims Destiny wronged was a trans person, I believe, named White Naversa. Mr. Girl's claim was that Destiny gave White Naversa a lot of attention, like hosting their streams to like build them up and stuff like that, up until Destiny realized that White Naversa was trans and then stopped interacting with them. Something that even White Naversa, the alleged victim in the article, called Mr. Girl out on and said this is bullshit. He accuses Destiny of jumping on his live stream to preemptively attack people who he think is going to come out against him, when the reality is that those people did come out against him. They were making a lot of claims against him, and Destiny made a stream himself to respond to the things that he was hearing. And you know what? He mentioned this one story which sounded so completely insane that I had to laugh. Mr. Girl brought up a situation where he, according to him, Destiny, after someone made a video criticizing him, literally threatened to sue them. And I'm like, that sounds, well, for one, that sounds pretty funny, but that sounds fucking insane. And then you listen to Destiny explain the story, and Destiny literally says that this woman was accusing him and his community of like doxing and harassing her. She's like, I'm getting called all hours throughout the day and harassed by your fans. And then when Destiny went through her call log and called the numbers that were like blowing her phone up, they were literally telemarketers. She was getting spam called by telemarketers and saying it was Destiny community harassing her, which at that point he then threatened to sue her for defamation because what else can you do? You're literally not hurting this woman in any way possible, and she's still going around saying that that you're harassing her. So maybe that context doesn't make any better for you, but personally, saying that Destiny threatened to sue someone over being criticized is a lot different than what actually happened, even if you still think what happened was pretty bad. And all of this ties into the Anna situation. Now, from what I can tell, there are 2 big alleged victims in here. Lav, which is most of the article, and Anna, who Mr. Girl claims Destiny personally ruined her reputation and labeled her as a crazy stalker while sexing her, so sexually abusing her, then ruining her reputation on the internet. Now, I'm not familiar with the Anna story, I will admit that. And while that could be something worth looking into, the truth of the matter is that both Destiny and Anna are friends now. In fact, Mr. Girl told Anna that Destiny was coming to destroy both of them unless Anna leaked Destiny's entire log with her. And because she didn't want to do that, him and Lav hopped into a voice call to bully her for like 3 hours just to get her to leak the logs to them. And not only did they do that, Lav lied and said, oh no, I wasn't in the call, I was barely there. Oh, actually I was, kind of like towards the end. Okay, maybe I was towards the end of the phone call, but it was like an hour of this 3-hour phone call. It's like, well, what's going on? But Anna has come out and said that she doesn't want to be involved in this, and she does not consent to Mr. Girl leaking her messages, which he did anyway. So besides Lav, one of the biggest alleged victims in the stories is friends with Destiny and does not consent to her messages being shown like this. I say all of this to say that these people have destroyed their own credibility and have almost removed my ability to even trust their interpretation of events. So many things lied about, so many things backtracked on, alleged victims of Destiny coming out to say that Mr. Girl's full of shit, and also to say that they don't even consent to him using their information like this. Even if Destiny raped 50 women, I don't even care about this anymore. You missed your shot, you blew it. So for anyone anyone wondering how this story ends, as the drama never stops on this side of the internet. LaFu previously said that Destiny never sexually abused her and that she wouldn't back Mr. Girl's claim that Destiny was sexually abusive. LaFu said that, is now saying Destiny sexually abused her, and she's happy that her sexual abuser got outed like this. And Mr. Girl is doing interviews where he calls people who disagree with him complicit in the abuse that Destiny dishes out to people, and you ask him questions, he says that, oh, you're trying to make me look crazy and like a narcissistic weirdo or something like that. So, you know, he's having a jolly good time over there. You know, he's going on stream, he's saying he won't comment on whether or not he had consent to post any of this, or whether or not any of the people who were in the article were saying that they shouldn't be in the article. You know, he won't comment on any of that. He won't even comment on the laugh section, which is 60% of the article. Needless to say, viewer, this has been good content to watch while I'm at work. I'm not gonna lie.